And vocational education institutions this week received ICT equipment as a response to the disruption of COVID-19 pandemic on education systems and improving quality of the TVET in Uganda. The Director of Education Standards at the Ministry of Education and Sports, Dr. Kedres Turyagenda, says that the donation is timely in addressing continuous learning. Details follow.
It is now close to 2 years when former looking at chalkboards was disrupted at the wake of COVID-19 lockdown, which is threatening human existence world over. Uganda education system is one of the worst hit, with many learners unable to access any form of learning while at home. Now, the Better Education for Africa's Rise II project, a joint initiative of United Nations Education Scientific and Culture Organization, UNESCO, and the Republic of Korea, have come out handy to support technical and vocational education training with ICT equipment to boost online digital learning.
Skills acquisition help to reduce unemployment, particularly among youth. Skills help generate income and support livelihoods of individuals, families, and of entire communities. As such, TVET has the potential to be a key driver of overall economic growth and well-being for all.
Receiving from UNESCO and handing over the consignment to the 10 benefiting institutions, the Education Standards Director at the Ministry of Education and Sports, Dr. Kedres Turyagenda, is impressed to the gesture, saying COVID-19 stripped the education sector.
As you are aware, this pandemic affected the whole globe, and about 1.2 billion learners across the globe were affected, and as institutions and schools closed. Here in Uganda, about 15 million learners went home early last year, because of the pandemic. But learning has to continue, and we are grateful that these ICTs have come around and can make it possible for us to keep learning.
Dr. Turyagenda is happy that this is going to strengthen technical training, especially to the selected agriculture institutions.
But what we are doing in education is to give now learners the skills, as you've heard, so that they are available, because the human resource, the human resource capacity is very, very critical in doing anything.
Representing the Ambassador of the Republic of Korea to Uganda, His Excellency Ha Byun-cho, a research specialist at the embassy, Tonya Alade, says Korea's bilateral mission with Uganda is to develop the rural sector.
I believe that Uganda can achieve its industrialization agenda for inclusive growth, employment, and wealth creation by adequately, skillfully, and strategically training her abundant labor force.
The ICT equipment is targeting the agriculture sector with the overall objective of supporting national authorities together with the private sector to improve the relevancy, quality, and improving perception of agro-processing and post-harvest management training. In line with strengthening quality of business, technical, vocational, educational and training, BEAR, the Ministry of Education and Sports, and UNESCO are strengthening the use of ICT in BEAR.
Government is doing its best to ensure that learning continues, and we shouldn't be surprised to see that learning physically in schools.
UNESCO together handed over 21 laptops, 4 smart interactive boards, 21 projectors, and 21 external storage devices to support management and teaching in 10 relevant BEAR institutions.